Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are diving into a story that mixes family drama, legal battles, and a slice of South Africa's modern history. Yes, we are talking about Nelson Mandela's Houghton home and the latest twists in the ongoing saga involving his grandsons. If you thought political battles were intense, wait until you hear about this family feud. Nelson Mandela, a global icon, is remembered for his role in ending apartheid, his presidency, and his unwavering commitment to reconciliation. Yet, even in death, the management of his estate has proved to be anything but simple. Mandela passed away in 2013, leaving behind not just a monumental legacy but also a complex estate, which included his famed home in Houghton Estate, Johannesburg. This property was more than just a house. It was a symbol of his final years, a place that witnessed some of the most reflective and private moments of a man the world admired. Now, fast forward to the present. Reports have emerged that individuals claiming to be the new owners of Mandela's Houghton property have moved to evict his grandsons. That's right, Ndaba, Mbuso, and Andile Mandela, who have publicly expressed their desire to keep the home within the family, could be forced to leave the house where their grandfather spent his last years. It is a situation that raises immediate questions: how did ownership change hands, and what does this mean for the family and for Mandela's legacy? The roots of this dispute stretch back years and involve interpretations of Mandela's will, management decisions by estate trustees, and alleged disagreements among family members. Some of Mandela's grandchildren have accused the trustees of attempting to sell the property unlawfully. They argue that the home was meant to remain in the family, preserving it not just as a residence but as a living symbol of their grandfather's life and values. According to reports from outlets like City Press and the Sunday Times, tensions have escalated over the past year, particularly when one of the grandsons was reportedly barred from entering sections of the property. Imagine living in a house that carries the weight of history, only to find yourself locked out by legal complications. For many South Africans, Mandela's home is not just a private property, it is part of the nation's cultural and historical memory. It represents a man who fought for freedom, justice, and equality. And yet, today, the property has become a battleground, not for political ideology, but for inheritance and ownership rights. Legal experts suggest that these disputes are complex because they touch on multiple areas of law, including property rights, inheritance, and the responsibilities of trustees. Inheritance disputes are rarely straightforward, and when they involve iconic figures like Nelson Mandela, they become a matter of public fascination. Beyond the courtrooms, there is the very human element: grandchildren who feel a sense of duty to preserve their grandfather's memory versus parties claiming legal ownership. Some have raised concerns about what this battle means for Mandela's legacy. Is it diminishing the public's respect for the family by airing these disputes so publicly? Or is it a natural part of managing any large estate, especially one with significant historical importance? For many observers, there is a tension between private family matters and the symbolic status of Mandela as a national hero. The home in Houghton is more than real estate, it is a physical representation of a chapter in South African history. There is also the element of public curiosity. South Africans, and indeed the world, have long been fascinated by the lives of Mandela's family. Stories of his grandchildren managing his estate, navigating fame, and dealing with legal battles provide a very human glimpse into the lives of those who grew up in the shadow of a global icon. And while some of this drama can feel like a soap opera, it also raises important questions about how we treat the legacies of our national figures. Now, let's talk about the legal angle. Eviction proceedings have been reportedly filed in court by the new owners. If successful, these proceedings could see the Mandela grandchildren removed from the home. Legal analysts suggest that the outcome will depend on documentation of ownership, the interpretation of the will, and any previous agreements made by trustees. Court battles like this are often drawn out, meaning that the public could be following this story for months, if not years. From a broader perspective, This saga is part of a larger discussion about inheritance and heritage in South Africa. How do families manage the estates of iconic figures? How much should the state or public opinion influence these decisions? And importantly, how do we balance the rights of heirs with the cultural and historical significance of properties tied to national heroes? These are questions that go far beyond the Mandela family. They touch on South African society as a whole. For the Mandela grandchildren, the stakes are deeply personal. This is not just a property dispute, it is a question of preserving family history. Ndaba, Mbuso, and Andile Mandela have all spoken in the past about their desire to honor their grandfather's legacy. Being forced to leave the Houghton home would not only be a legal defeat but an emotional one as well. It is easy to see why tensions have escalated. This is a home imbued with memories, family gatherings, and the quiet dignity of a man whose presence is still felt in every room. And then there's the irony. Here we have a man celebrated worldwide for uniting a nation, yet his own family faces divisions over something as tangible as a house. It is a reminder that even those who achieve greatness in the public eye are not immune to private struggles. History often remembers the triumphs, but the behind-the-scenes stories, legal disputes, family disagreements, and personal loss remain less visible. As this case unfolds in the courts, it will be fascinating to see how it develops. Will the Mandela grandchildren successfully retain their home? Will the new owners assert their claim and alter the course of history for the Houghton Estate? Whatever the outcome, it serves as a stark reminder that even legacies are subject to human complication. So, what do you think? Should Mandela's grandsons remain in the Houghton home? Should iconic properties like this always stay in the family, or should legal ownership take precedence? We want to hear from you. Comment below with your thoughts, and let us know how you think this saga should end. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more in-depth South African political and historical commentary, and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support helps us bring these stories to life and keeps the conversation going. See you next time.